So Rob, you just got back from UCSF, the EvoMed conference, and you had some stuff that you wanted to share.
Yeah, it was awesome. Big hat tip to Dr. Akil Palanisamy. Awesome guy. Huge honor to attend these things. But lots of great presentations. But Erica Sonnenberg, she's part of the Sonnenberg Lab. These folks oversee the American Gut Project and the Human Gut Project. Really, they do the work with like the HUDSA, sequencing the gut microbiome of the HUDSA and whatnot. She had a fascinating presentation, and it's interesting. It suggests that to be healthy, we want a really diverse gut microbiome, and there's strategies for achieving that. But I got to sit down and talk with her at lunch, and it was interesting. I asked her, I'm like, what's the deal with lower carb diets? And they are getting ready to study a ketogenic diet and see what amount and type of gut diversity they can produce in a ketogenic diet. So kind of like a fiber-rich, low-carb diet. So they're going to look at that. There really hasn't been a ton of work done on that yet. But she acknowledges some interesting stuff, which is that you would think that gut microbiota becomes less diverse on a low-carb diet. And it probably does, or at least it may shift. But clinical manifestations of disease seem to decrease, at least in some people. And then there's this really crazy reality that people with a full ileostomy, people who have had their colon removed, they don't even own the real estate to get the benefit of gut microbiota. In general, these people live as long and as otherwise healthfully as people with the full gut accoutrement. And it's just really perplexing. It's really interesting. She made the point that there are a lot of companies that are making claims around being able to sequence the gut microbiota and then make super pinpoint recommendations. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. She thinks that's kind of bullshit, and I tend to agree with that. I think that it's interesting to find some snapshots. It can be helpful to look at just kind of what's going on to establish a baseline. She thinks that in 5 to 8 years, we might be in a position where some machine learning plus the sequencing can start telling us some stuff. But she also feels like the real story is not so much in the microbiome, it's in the signaling compounds that are produced by the gut microbiome. And so it becomes kind of a spurious point whether or not you have this phylum, order, genus, species or not. What becomes important are they producing things like butyrate, acetate, propionate, and a host of other signaling molecules, because those are the things that are up and down regulating inflammatory cytokines that are dealing with tight junctions. And so it may be a metabolomic story ultimately that becomes really important, not so much like gut microbiome. So I know that was kind of a random hodgepodge for our 10 and 2, but that's what I got for you.